Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jackeline, and in today's video I will be reviewing the brand new Nude Obsessions palettes by Huda Beauty. I got the 3 of them right here. I will be giving you swatches, comparisons with other eyeshadow palettes from Huda Beauty, as well as 3 different eyeshadow looks using these palettes. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider to subscribe to my channel and ring that little post notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new videos. Also, it would be lovely if you come and check my Instagram. And now, if you want to know more about these mini palettes and if they are worth your time and money, then just keep on watching. I couldn't resist the temptation to get the brand new Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions palettes, and these are the mini versions. So I got the light one, also I got the medium one right here, and I also got the rich one. All 3 of them. They look so cute that as soon as I saw them on Trend Mood, I was like, what are those? I want them now. I bought the palettes from Huda's website, and I just want to show you a little bit the box. I think it came in pretty good condition, and I'm mentioning that because some of my palettes came broken, and you will see when I open them up. But I just want to let you know that these palettes, they seem to be a little bit fragile. Now the palettes came in this clear plastic packaging right here, basically very alike to the neon ones that she came out this last summer. And on the back, these palettes right here, they say that they will last for 12 months after opening them. Each of them costs $29, and they will be available at Sephora on October 15th. So you can buy them either from Huda's website or Sephora, and I'm hoping to put this review right here at least by the 15th so you can get an idea of if these palettes are worth it for you or not. And then what about we go into the palettes themselves? I absolutely love the new packaging for these palettes. I'm so happy that she kept the palettes kind of like the neon ones, so they are hard plastic. These are basically hard plastic right here, but even on the front it has these beautiful, absolutely stunning leather-like texture. It even like resembles a little bit of like a snake skin. And what I like about this collection right here, it is that Huda is treating nudes as they should be treated. We all come in different skin tones, right? So we are not all the same color, and therefore nudes are in different ranges. And this is what I love about this collection, that she came out with a nude light for those who have lighter skin tones, then a nude medium for medium skin tones, and then I love how she named this particular palette right here, Nude Rich. Now this nude light right here, it's a little bit more on that lightest pink blush tone, while the nude medium is a little bit more, I don't know, kind of like a cappuccino type of color. It's just so beautiful. I love the details, I love the font, I mean the design right here is excellent. And I think I mentioned it when I was reviewing the neon palettes, that whoever is doing the design of these palettes, they need to get a raise because this is amazing. And then the Nude Rich, it is between a chocolate and a berry tone that I think is just so yummy, so beautiful, delicious. So here I'm gonna open the Nude Light, and this eyeshadow right here is the one that came broken. But you see the colors are just so gorgeous, 9 different shades, and then it also includes a mirror. Here's the Nude Medium, and I actually had it to press back again this shade right here, at least to save it for the purpose of this video. So I'm just gonna tilt it up and hope it doesn't keep breaking anymore. And the only one that arrived safe from the trip, it is my Nude Rich. these mini palettes, they are actually made in China, while her big, the large size palettes right here, they are made in Italy. And now we know that Italian makeup, it is well regarded. They do an amazing job. I'm not saying that China doesn't, but China is kind of sometimes a hit or miss. So we will see about these palettes. Now I just want to show you very quickly a difference between the packaging of the regular Obsessions, the first Obsession palettes, with these right here. As you can tell, size-wise, it's a little bit larger. And then we have, this is plastic, while this is carton. Now, I know some people will be more fond to carton because of recycling and, you know, a little bit more conscious with the environment, that this type of packaging. But then again, this right here looks a little bit more like, you know, more refined for makeup. I think that is up to you, which packaging do you prefer right here. And I'm also going to be comparing these palettes to the new Nude palette. So this is one of her large palettes, as well as the Desert Dusk palette, and also the Rose Gold palette, the remastered version. And I think I'm also going to be comparing it perhaps to the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsession palette. And now, as far as the weight goes, per each eyeshadow pan in the palette is a 1.1 grams. While these ones right here, it is the same. If you made the calculations per gram, on each of these you're getting 1.1 grams per pan. That means that it is a total of 9.9 grams for 9 eyeshadows. While on these right here, you receive 18 eyeshadows. Each of them are also 1.1 grams. So basically this right here comes with 19.7 grams in total. And these right here, basically, if you buy 2 of these, you will get 1 of these. So I like that as well. On this case scenario, she's also not being skimpy on the amount of eyeshadow and product that she's giving. Okay, my friends, and now that I got you closer, I want to make swatches of each of the palettes as we go through each of the eyeshadow looks. I'm going to start with the Nude Light palette. And then this palette right here have a total of 5 matte shades. And then it also have 4 shimmer shades. These eyeshadows right here, they do not have names. So I'm just gonna go across the board to give you swatches. Nude Light, a beautiful balance of light and creamy praline hues in both warm and cool tones, featuring peachy shades with unexpected pops of lavender, mauve. The champagne and brown shimmers will add unbelievable dimension to each and every look. First, I'm going to start with this shade right here on my Scott Barnes number 62 brush. And I'm going to apply it all over the eyelid. I'm going to deepen out my crease with this color right here. Now I'm going to this deeper shade right here in the pan. And I'm just taking it here on my outer V. Now I think this shade right here is the one that had caught the attention of many people. It's kind of like lavender lilac-y shade. It's just so beautiful. I'm going to apply it first dry. As you know, I like to apply shimmer shades first dry to see their pigmentation. And it has a fairly good pigmentation right here. I think I may want to wet it though. So I just wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. And oh yeah, that's a lot better. I'm just gonna use this shade right here. And I'm just gonna use it in between that lilac-y shade and then the darkest shade that I use for my outer corner. And I'm gonna wet it. I think these eyeshadows, they are very creamy, but they need a little bit of wetness in order to get a little bit more of that shiny kind of finish. And now I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna apply it on the inner part of my lid. I'm trying here to use as many eyeshadows as I can without making a mess. kind of like a bubblegum shade. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. And then I'm gonna go into this shade right here. And I'm gonna apply it like half the way through. Now for my inner corner highlighter and my brow bone, I'm gonna use this matte shade in the pen. I'm also gonna be using for this look Girls Trip. It's one of her newest lipsticks. Here's the final look with Nude Light Obsessions. Okay friends, now I'm gonna go with Nude Medium. Nude Medium, Huda's favorite. This versatile palette is a rich mix of spicy tones combining chestnuts and deep browns, featuring metallic shimmers in warm yellow and rose gold tones, rusty copper, dusty pink, coral, and unique terracotta shades. I'm gonna first apply these all over the lid. For my crease, I'm going to be using this shade right here. And this same shade, I'm going to be using it on my outer V. And I'm going to be applying that same shade on my inner portion of my eyelid. Right on the center of my eyelid, I'm going to be using this shade right here. Again, I'm going to apply it dry first. It's a beautiful copper shade. Now right in the center, I'm going to go with this shade right here. I'm going to do it with my finger. I'm just going to apply it right in the middle. And with a fluffy brush, I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm just gonna buff the edges. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna be using this shade right here. And then I'm gonna make it a dash deeper with this shade right here, right on my outer lower lash line. Now as a fun inner corner highlighter, I'm gonna be using this shade right here. And this is the final look using Nude Medium. Nude Rich, a dreamy collection of rich, creamy matte shades inclusive of milky and dark chocolate browns, crimson red, dusty rose, and sandy foam with pink undertones. Varnished gold, blush bronze, dusty rose, and deep brown metallics complete the palette with shimmer and dimension. So this palette right here have 4 shimmer shades. And then the rest are mattes. Let's go into this shade first, all over my eyelid. We're gonna use this deeper shade to deepen it out my crease. Now we're gonna go to the darker shade in the palette and go to my outer corner. Now very close to this shade, I'm gonna be using this shimmer shade right here, kind of like on top of it. Now I'm gonna create a transition with the shimmer shades and go to this shade. It is a crimson, and I'm just gonna apply a very little amount. On the rest of my eyelid, I'm gonna be using this shade right here. I'm gonna apply it wet, some MAC Fix Plus. I think I'm gonna use my finger. Oh yeah, it's the way to go. Now for my inner corner of brow bone, I'm gonna be using this shade right here. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go to this shade. And for for my waterline, I'm gonna be using Urban Decay 24/7 in the shade Alkaline. I'm gonna be using the shade Dirty 30. This is a very cool tone shade. Here's the final look using Nude Rich. I'm gonna go ahead and compare these palettes with the palettes that I mentioned at the beginning. Alrighty my friends, and now that I'm done doing all my eye looks and I have tried each of these palettes right here, I have tried my best to use as many shades as possible per palette for eyeshadow look. Also, after going through all the comparisons and swatches, I think I have formed a good opinion about these palettes. I think Huda, she is a very smart woman. I think the movement to go into the mini eyeshadow palettes, I think this is the best thing she could have done for her own branding. Don't get me wrong, I miss for her to bring something as big as this, but these palettes right here are over $60. They are $65, I think, something around there, $65. So to be a high-end brand being carried at Sephora, I think having these palettes right here, it is a very smart move from her. I mean, businesswoman, she knows what she's doing. She's selling them at $29 a piece, making them, I shouldn't say affordable, but pretty much a very sweet type of price that if you are wondering how Huda's eyeshadows quality are, I think a lot of people will get these palettes right here. Another thing it is that from these palettes being made in China, in opposite to these type of palettes right here, the quality is still a good quality. It's not a bad quality. Now, for example, on this new nude palette, you have those special kind of marble shades right here that they are unique to this palette, so you will not get them on these palettes right here. Another thing to point out is if you have this palette right here, the new nude, and then desert dusk, you may not need this palette right here. And even the rose gold palette, I mean, the rose gold palette, it's a little bit more rosy tone, more than mauvey, and you know, it has a little bit more of those pinkish colors. It's a little bit different, but the only thing that I will say is if you're not familiar with Huda Beauty has a tendency for most of her, at least her big eyeshadow palettes, to have a little bit more of a mauvey pinky undertone to them. And even with the new nude palette, it wasn't the common nude shades. As you could tell, they all have this pinky undertone, and that's something very noticeable about Huda Beauty's line. Now, I'm not saying that they leave aside other colors, because as you know, she has other Obsessions palettes that they are very cool tone, very warm tone too. Some of them are very corally, yellows, then there's the neon ones. But for most part, if you have Desert Dusk and the new nude, you may not need these palettes right here unless you're looking for something for traveling and on the go. Now, when I touch the shimmer shades, they are extremely soft. The mattes, when I swatch them and when I apply them on my lid, they apply super easy, super blendable. They were just super easy to blend, even the darkest shades. I'm very impressed. I had just a little bit of fallout with the shimmer shades, which it has a little bit of very ultra fine glitters in it. Very fine. You know that I don't like glitters, but these are very fine, making it really a shimmer type of foil shade. So I will suggest to either do your foundation, apply your foundation, concealer, and the rest of your makeup after you do your eyes. Other than that, maybe you want to use a little bit of glitter glue just to make sure you prevent from the fallout. Now, as far as the shimmer shade goes, I rather have apply them wet. Ideally, I will apply them with my finger. I have no problems applying shadows with my fingers. As far as the matte shades, again, they are not patchy. Even those who have a lot of like dark red pigmentation, purpley pigmentation, they apply super well, super easy to blend. Now on those very dark pink shades and kind of reddish shades, I find out that I had a little bit of staining on my eyelids. It doesn't say, I mean, I couldn't find anywhere anything that states that these are not pertaining to, you know, to be used on the immediate eye area. I hadn't been reading it through, unless hopefully I'm not missing it, but I didn't find anything of that. But they, like I said, the amount of staining that I had, it was so minimal that it didn't make like a dent on my decision on whether or not I'm liking these eyeshadows. I think the ones that I love the most kind of in order will be the light one, and although I have a light to medium skin tone, I think the colors are just a little bit something different, and I love the dark one because it just, you know, can give me that evening look, that deep romantic kind of smoky eye look too. The medium one I love, but I think that on the medium one there's more shades that I can find very similar in other palettes. Okay, my friends, so this is it for this video. I hope that all the demos that I have done in this video, all the information that I have provided you, serves you to make an informative decision on whether or not these new Nude Obsessions palettes from Huda Beauty are something that actually will add something good to your makeup collection. And I would love to know your opinion, your thoughts. So please just look under this screen right here and you will find a comment section. So please leave your comments in there. Also, if you like this video, do not forget, it's super easy. Just give it a thumbs up. Also share it with somebody else that may like this type of content. And if you haven't done so yet, I don't know what are you waiting for. It is extremely easy. Down below you will see it says in red subscribe. Just tap in there. It's extremely important to ring the post notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new videos. And thank you so much again for your time, for being here, for watching, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye bye.